Be honest, people. Be honest. Okay? I think you people need to owe McLaren an apology. That's right. I'm going to fire off straight away, even before we get to Japan. Why? Because people were talking a lot about McLaren at the start of the season, before the season even, during the testing. Okay? McLaren, listen, did some wonderful things last year. Compared to where they were this time last year to how the middle of the season and the end of the season went, McLaren were phenomenal. They were fantastic. And let me just start off by saying, this is my team. Okay? I will be biased. I will be blowing smoke, you know what I'm saying, behind that MCL, okay? Because at the end of the day, right, I see what's going on with this team. Not many people know what's going on with this team, and they're quick to make noise. They are quick to criticize McLaren. When they turn up to testing, everybody was like, I was expecting McLaren to be a bit more, you know what I mean? There was nothing exciting. Nothing exciting? Listen, guys, this is a process. Andrea Stella said it. This is a process, okay? And by the way, we are far better than what we were this time last year. Far better. By the way, in the first 3 races, double points finishing, okay? We've got a podium in there. Oscar Piastri's got 2 P4s in there. In a row, by the way, might I add, okay? What on earth people are doing with this McLaren stuff, I have no idea. You didn't learn from last year? Did you not learn from last year? Last year, McLaren were in the mire, okay? We knew we had some problems. Okay, at the start of the season, and it was looking Memphis bleak, okay? However, people had us last in the Constructors' Championship, you know? Well-respected, recognized journalists, media personalities, those that follow Formula One and have done for such a long time. These people, you know, giving us our news, giving us our daily news of Formula One, we relied on them to tell us what was going on, and yet they were so wrong about McLaren. They were so wrong, and I was furious, okay? I share my thoughts on McLaren with my co-host Mahad on McLaren Fan TV, so make sure you go check that out. The link will be in the description, of course. But yes, you know, McLaren, like, people just have this perception of McLaren that is just far backwards, absolutely backwards. And I don't understand why they don't learn. I don't understand why they don't fix up. Yeah, people, you need to understand. You need to understand McLaren are doing their thing bit by bit. Now, listen, the Bahrain Grand Prix and the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, not really our kind of circuits, if we're honest. It's not really our type, okay? And I know it's the start of the season. You're thinking, well, hang on a minute. You know, is the McLaren again one of those cars where all the ducks need to align? You know, the sun's got to be right and a little bit of dampness. Has it got to be raining? No. Just some circuits suit others and some don't. Look at Red Bull last year at Singapore. Everybody knew before we even got to Singapore that Red Bull were going to struggle in Singapore. And Carlos Sainz, credit to him, took the race win in Singapore last year. So Red Bull are not perfect every single race weekend, okay? They are like 99.9% of the time. But you get my drift. You get my point, okay? You get what I'm saying. But for some strange reason, there is no respect for McLaren. There is no respect whatsoever for McLaren. And people need to put some respect on McLaren's name. McLaren are doing their thing. They've been doing their thing for the past year or so, okay? They know what's wrong with the car, and they go ahead and they deal with the matter. They go and deal with the matter. And now when you look at all the pieces that we've got in play, okay, when it comes to the personnel, the staff that we've got at the high level, okay, you look at our drivers, some of the best pairings in Formula One, in the Formula One grid, okay? A lot of teams will be biting our hands off for our pairing, okay? And then the potential that there is in that car, the potential that there is. This season, you never know. There could be a race win on the horizon. There could be a pole position. We're heading to Japan, for goodness sake, okay? A circuit we did well in last year. 2 and 3. Do I remember double podium? Do I remember that? Or no? We did bloody well last year behind that Red Bull, okay? So let Ferrari have their moment in the sun, okay? Let everyone talk about how bad the Mercedes is, even though Mercedes finished P2 in the Constructors last year. Just want to put that out there. You know, people might be wrong about Mercedes. Hey, this ain't a Mercedes show today, okay? Today's McLaren business. And I just want to say, put some respect. You guys were wrong about McLaren, admit it. And the thing is, this video could have waited. I could have waited till after Japan because I could feel that in Japan, we're going to do something. I could feel that we're going to do something in Japan. And maybe I should have waited. But here's the thing. Everyone slept on McLaren. And I thought I'd bring it out earlier just to let you lot know that we are cooking. Okay? The people that working, they are cooking. They're doing something. Lando Norris, yeah, podium again, by the way, in Australia. Podium again. Okay. So the guy's got 14 podiums now. Phenomenal scenes, Jeff. Oscar Piastri's got 2 P4s in a row. People, wake up. Wake up. Stop sleeping on McLaren. Stop sleeping on McLaren, because we're going to turn up this year. We're going to rock up this year, okay? We're going to improve on last year. You wait for those upgrades. When those upgrades come, they're going to improve again. Remember the kind of chaos we had to deal with? You know, we've got a wind tunnel in one country. We've got a factory elsewhere. We've got all sorts going on, okay? But now everything's starting to align. Everything's getting into pieces. We had to change some personnel because, you know, certain people weren't doing their job properly. Hey, it is what it is, with all due respect, okay? They're going on to other places and they're doing their thing, okay? Shout out to those people. But the people that we have now, I mean, my goodness, Andrea Stella, big up to Zach Brown as well, our CEO. A lot of you people, take some note. Take some note. I see him losing the weight as well. I'm thinking, hello. All right, Zach, I hear you. We're on the same diet plan, it seems, because yeah, you know. But the drivers, okay, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, guys, you lot know. These are 2 drivers that are going to be here to stay in Formula One. Why? Because they're good, because they're quick, and there is so much to improve on. There's so much to improve on. That race win for Lando, that race win for Oscar. And don't forget, Oscar won the Sprint Grand Prix last year. Yeah? Let's not forget any of that. He won the Sprint Grand Prix last year. Guys, put some respect on McLaren's name. Stop sleeping on McLaren, okay? I know you saw Bahrain and you saw Saudi for, okay, whatever. Then you saw us in Australia and people were starting to be like, McLaren's having a bit of a good weekend. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Don't just ignore the McLaren you saw at the end of last year. We're going to be one better this year. And then next year, okay, that final year of these regulations, Red Bull, watch out, because we're coming for you, okay? We're coming for you. Let's be very, very clear. Guys, McLaren are on the up. They are climbing. And it might not be to the trajectory that you lot want to see. And it might not be as glamorous and fancy. You know, I know the Austrian Grand Prix last year was phenomenal. Silverstone was phenomenal. And it was like, whoa, what's going on here, McLaren? But you see us fans, you see us Formula One fans, we can be guilty of this, can't we? We can be guilty of this. But listen, we are doing phenomenal. We are doing great. Leave us alone. Stop being disrespectful to McLaren, okay? McLaren are here. And believe me, we're going to be knocking on that door. P3 is 30, by the way. Don't worry about that. We're knocking on that door for P2. So Ferrari, watch out this season. I know you're having a great start. Watch out for this season, okay? Because it's a marathon, people. It's a marathon. Ferrari finished P3 behind Mercedes last year. Let that one sink in as you lot can digest what's going to take place for the rest of this season. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section below. Do you believe McLaren are slept on? Do you believe that people are not talking about McLaren? Do you believe people are getting McLaren wrong? Because I do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you think, actually, everything's quite spot on, and Peter, what are you on about? Comment down below. Let's have a conversation. Let's have some dialogue, because I'm intrigued to know what your thoughts are concerning this. Until next time, people, lights out.